Replacing the turntable little motor in the microwave. First thing you do is unplug the power cord. The next thing you do is open the door on the microwave. Take your glass plate out. Take that rollers out that the glass plate set on, and pull a little plastic three-prong piece off the shaft of the motor that's sticking up in the center. You might have to wiggle a little bit, maybe put a little pressure on it with a little screwdriver. Be careful not to break that little plastic piece. Pull it off, and then you get ready to go to the next step. The next step, I made a little frame. It's like 14 by 20 inch, and it's made like a 1 1/2 by 3/4 inch strip, and that's enough for it's a 1 1/2 inches off the bottom, so it don't touch anything. It'll fit right into the back of the microwaves, and it'll work on more different sizes than the one I'm working on right now. That's the reason I made a little bit extra. Made it like 20 inches wide and 14 long, but it really could have made out with maybe 10 long. But I got it so I could use it on more than one appliance. But that's the way it look right there, where your power plug goes into the back. So once you make it, stick it on there and just see what it looks like before you set the microwave down on it. You take your little frame that you made and put it on your tabletop like that, and take your microwave and set it down on there with the door of the microwave facing up and the rear of the microwave, so you can see the bottom of it by setting it on that little stand like that. You can see the bottom, so you can get at to where the little door is, where you can enter it and get to where the switch in the motor is. There's the little plate right there. It's put together on all the corners. It's got a little piece of metal holding it. Take you some needle nose pliers and just stick it down there and just wiggle them just a little bit, and they'll pop it loose. Leave the two on the very back the way you're going to swing it, and it'll swing open like a door, and that'll continue to hold that in. So when you close it back up, you just close it up and put a screw in this end that you open it from, and that's all it needs, because it ain't no pressure on it. It's just a cover to cover the opening up where that switch in the with the little motor and the wires hooks to it works. And there's the switch. Once you open the door up and break the little pieces off so you can open it up, and leave them two on the very back like a door hinge, and that'll continue to hold it in place on that side. So you only need one screw to put back in it to hold the lid down closed. You take the screw out of that little switch there and leave the wire still plugged up the way I done it, because if you turn the wires loose, they could fall down in the cabinet and you might have a time trying to get them out. Not only that, you don't want to be probing around back there unless you know what you're doing, because you could still might get electric shock unless you know what you're doing. So that's why I suggest leaving it all plugged up. Take the screw out of the little switch there, twist the motor, and it'll come right out of the little slot, and just pull it out. And holding the motor with one hand, and take the other hand and just pull the wires off the little prongs on the motor. Set the old motor to the side and take a new motor, and still holding the plug in your hand, don't turn it loose, and take the other little motor and just push it right back onto your connections, and put the little insulated little cotton pad that you got on the shaft, put it on the shaft and stick it back up through the hole in the bottom of the microwave, and just twist it a little bit so that ear can get up on that slot, and it'll be in place. Then put your screw right back in it, and that's got that. That screw right there, put the screw back in, take the screw in, take the screw out, and you install it like you took it out, just reverse it. And that's the way your lid will look when you pull it back to its closing position. Put the little screw over to the left, put the screw in it, and that'll hold it in place, because it ain't no strain, it's just something to keep the hole covered up. The next thing you do, go back into the microwave, put your rollers down, put your glass plate back on it, put that little plastic piece on it first on the shaft. You put it on the shaft and press it down, you can feel it snap in place. Go ahead and do that, then you know that's in place, and then put your rollers down first and then your plate on top of it. And plug it back up, and she is ready to go.